Well, hello. I wanted to make some emergency roadside cones that you can put out on the side of the road when you break down or something. So I know I had some cones at the house that were old and we don't use, and so I knew I could buy some reflective tape. So I got some reflective tape, and I got this on Amazon. So it was pretty cheap. I don't exactly remember how much I paid, but it was like, I think $4 or something like that. So I'll just tape that around this, um, but I'll cut it so that it'll fit better around here. And I was gonna put some nuts and bolts through these holes at the base so that they're heavier at the bottom and they won't tip over as well, or as easily. So I'll need a screwdriver to put on these nuts. I'll probably use the pliers too. I may even get a socket wrench if I really want it tight. Knife for cutting the tape, and I'll be taking a drill gun and drilling out the holes so that they're the correct size of these bolts. So I'm going to go ahead and drill these, and that'll be step one, I guess. So now that I got all these holes drilled out, I don't know if you can really notice a difference, but I drilled them out and they're a little bit bigger. There's only a bit of shavings here. The next step I'm going to do is I'm just going to put on all these nuts and bolts, and that's a lot easier to get in. Before I had to like thread it in there. This is easier, and it's not going to warp the plastic. So I'm going to put 2 nuts on each bolt. So that's 16 bolts and 32 nuts. So I'm going to do that to all of these. Now that I got all these on, I'm going to take a 7/16. That's all I'm going to do. I'm going to do that to all of these. Now that I got all these nuts and bolts tight, I found that this Phillips and the 7/16 works pretty good at getting these on. And these are just to add weight so that they don't fall over as easily, I guess. I mean, now I did create a little gap between the plastic bottom and the ground, so maybe more air is going to get underneath and like flip it over. I don't know. I don't really think so. So I think I think the bolts are good enough, nuts for weight. So now for the taping part, I'm gonna just try going around here. I'll probably make little incisions triangularly like that so that it'll fit around here nice. So I'll get to that. Alright, so this was my first try, and I didn't cut enough, and I cut these V's out, which worked pretty well, but it seems like I should just cut them all the way through now and put them on in sections. I guess I'll put these in the gap here because I didn't make it long enough. Oops. But first try, now I know what to do. So I got some pieces cut out here. that are trapezoidal, and then I'm going to stick on here. That was pretty bad. You get the gist here. Stuff stinks too. So I put that one up too high. Oops. Alright, so I finished all these now, and so I started. This is my first one. Doesn't look that great. Second one, not that much better probably. Third one, getting better now. And then the fourth one. So, I mean, this is round and the tape's straight, so I had to cut little notches in them. First one, I didn't cut all the way through. I just cut little notches on it, and I thought I could continue the bottom all together, and that didn't turn out that great. But it was a learning experience. And then this one, I had no idea what I was doing with the angles either as well. So there's some overlapping and some awkward stuff here. And then my third one did get better. That's like really not bad. And then my fourth one is the best, I guess. So I'd say these are the recommended tools. You know, definitely cut through all the way for these bits here. And I guess if you want to try doing some math and figuring out how to do that, I just winged it and it worked out okay. But definitely cut all the way through and make adjustments as you go on. But these do stack fine. I don't know if there's like an extra gap in here, but you know, that'll store fine in a car. They don't like stay together that well, so I may find out about somehow taping them together, but for the most part, project done. These are the tools that you do actually really need. If you're gonna go with the 1/4 bolts and the nuts to fit that, screwdriver here, and then 7/16 wrench on the other side to tighten them up, and that's pretty good. Again, I drilled them out, but you didn't really need to do that. You could have just threaded them in there. That just would have taken you a little while, but you know, a screwdriver would have helped and worked for that. So these are definitely the tools that you'd need to complete this. So I got these for free, the cones for free. The tape I bought was like $4 or $5, and then the nuts and bolts were $4.62. I went with 2 nuts on the bolt on each one to add more weight. You probably don't need to do that, but I did that anyways. So you know, if you already have the cones, all you need is the tape, and I still have plenty of tape. It kind of like all unraveled on me, but I have plenty of tape, so I don't really know what I'm gonna do with it. But yep, that's that. Thanks for watching.